shocking, absolutely shocking. I'm just tired of people who really don't take safety seriously. And all I came to do is just install one socket and move the cooker supply, put some cables in the walls, only to find out there was no RCD and actually there's no earth. Today what we are doing is moving one socket up and changing where the oven and hob is actually going to be located on the adjacent wall. Also, client asked us to hide some cables because the way they've been installed previously is just, well, come and have a look for yourself. So what we are doing is moving this socket just in line with all of the other kitchen sockets. Client wants it to be in the middle. That's exactly what we are going to do. We know that some of the extension sockets are being run exactly off of that one as well. This range cooker is going to go on that side. We've got 300 unit and then a cooker and then the rest of it. So the isolation switch that was hidden previously right there, we're going to put it right there in the corner, and then just the supply cable to power this up. We'll confirm what is the power rating of this. It's still connected to gas, so it's the electrical oven we are after. Yeah, it's a 6mm cable. We'll go and replace it for a 6mm cable anyway, made in Turkey. We're going to find out the details in just a moment. Maybe it's behind one of the door. Client also asked if we could hide all of these cables as well, because they are just installed within trunking. It's not very often that you have that much room behind the furniture these days, so like a service gap, that's what it's called. Nowadays every inch matters, so we're actually going to chase those cables in. We also need to find out what we're going to do with this socket, but I agree with the client that we're actually going to put it here under the sink unit. That's what it was, that's for the dishwasher. Looking at this socket, they are not quite in line. I'm going to put the laser on in a moment and I show you, but that one is higher, that one is lower. I can see that straight away. What we're going to do is, because we're installing socket on that side, I'll make sure I just go in line with these ones, because once I put the laser, I can see that these are not going to be in line. Right. Okay. We only need a horizontal one, that one. Right. Put this on top of that. So we're aiming at the screw heights, because the screws where they should be in the middle. Tiny bit lower. So as you can see here, the first one on the left is like in the middle. The green laser goes through the middle. The one in the middle is just slightly down, and the socket is bang on. So yeah, I think we're going to keep this. So now let me show you these sockets in compare with those. So the laser level can show us that all of those are lowered by about, what, 2 centimeters? It's about, yeah, about 2 centimeters. Anyway, we're not touching these ones. We're only interested with those ones. So what we are going to do now is, I believe that that one was 300 plus the width of the unit, which is 900. So 300, 900, and at least 10 centimeters, because we cannot come any closer than 10 centimeters to the actual gas hub. If we put it anywhere here, we're absolutely in a safe zone. Alright, so that's that. And we've got the isolation switch, and from isolation switch straight into here. We're going to open this up, do the test, but actually, let me show you what I have noticed. So how many houses in England are there without RCD protection? And what I'm talking about is this. What appears to be a modern fuse board. That's the main breaker. Here are individual circuits. Sockets, kitchen, cooker, water heater, light. But none of this is an RCD protection. That's just a 60898. So this supply cable comes in straight into the meter, and from the meter straight into the 60 amp fuse. Well, I'm only going to go by what this says. All locked in, that's fine. So I have to trust that this is a 60 amp fuse, but no RCD protection.
I'm in danger.
Whoever rewired the house, because I can see some wiring, it doesn't look too old. Well, we'll find out how old this is. What's that? Oh dear. Is this the earthing? That's 25mm earth, but not connected. I would swear now.
Oh no. Well,
but I'm not allowed to swear. Let's look at it. So I'm going on a Z here, which is earth loop impedance 243 life to earth, life to neutral, neutral to earth, nothing. Let's test. So we're looking for a low value. 6 ohms, 6.13. That would be acceptable if the earthing is TT. If this is TT, that just makes it even more dangerous because there's no RCD, which would be requirement for... Okay. All these brown cables have been installed recently. This is the earthing that goes into the gas. This massive one goes nowhere. There is another yellow cable which disappears in underground. What I'm gonna do now is I will undo that cable and come and test. It's the earthing here. So you get your builder to come and do your kitchen, come and do your sockets, and then client is going to go and buy the house, absolutely unaware how dangerous and how unsafe it is. I'm just tired of people who really don't take safety seriously. Client has been here for 8 years, completely unaware and very lucky that nothing happens to anyone without any earthing. Is this serious? As an electrician, I have a power of isolating the installation and seal it and until we get like a DNO and connect earthing or make it safe, because currently as it is, it's not safe. I didn't expect that, and all I came to do is just install one socket and move the cooker supply, put some cables in the walls, only to find out there was no RCD and actually there's no earth. Shocking, absolutely shocking. Okay, I've disconnected the bonding. Not sure what that is doing, but I'll double check if it has any resistance at all. Maybe this is like the old earth rod, which is just down under this. I don't have to disconnect the big cable because, well, it's absolutely going nowhere. On the earth bar, I'm gonna turn everything off. We're gonna do a Z line, 2 cables. There is no RCD. Okay. 2 wire. 4.20. Okay, how about that one? That's the same. Well, that's bonding, so yeah. Unless this is a TT installation with no RCD, you're relying on resistance of the earth, whether it is low or not. That alone is just absolutely
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
If there was a non-electrician here changing this board, someone who just seen an electrician doing it, they think they can go around and just put people's life at risk. You are absolutely mistaken, mate. You should go to prison, whoever did this. Well, let's just check if the even ring is continuity. Kitchen sockets is the second one. New cables. Cooker is the third one. Again, new cables. So let's hope that at least this is not being messed up with. So wiring might be fine, but the safety, it isn't. Okay, I'm gonna go and see if maybe there's an earth rod at the side of the house, or maybe sometimes right here. I'm looking for a green cable. Sometimes it's in the corner. Well, does it look like? Let's go in the alley. The fuse board is right about here somewhere, because that is the little window in the storage, so it must be there. Well, I see nothing. I see no cable coming out. Nothing at all. Nope. Okay. Shocking. Okay, well, we'll tell the client. Client just went to drop the kids off for a school run, and what I will do when they come back is just let them know, make them aware of this situation. The work in the kitchen still has to happen. We will carry on like we planned, but we will have to tell the client that safety needs to be sorted. Yeah, all new cables, so yeah. How do you know? Nothing happened, yes?
No.
And you have, and I'm like, wow, nothing happened. But if something happens, the insurance would tell you, I'm sorry, it is unsafe. Your responsibility. They're the masters of finding, what you've not done. If someone was hurt, God forbid, if something happened to the house, sorry, it's still your responsibility to make sure it's safe.
Okay, so...
It's good. I'm here.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm here. I just didn't even thought you can have this kind of mess.
Well, I imagine then, because there's another plug down there... Which
Is that on the back of this?
No, that one I think is different, but that then has 1, 2, 3 more sockets run off that one. So I wonder
if I lower that breaker from 30 to 20, it's going to be okay.
Okay.
I kind of anticipated all sorts of things here.
Right, okay.
So if I do that will take care of it.
Okay.
But that means if you were to thinking of plugging like a 3 kilowatt hot tub, for example, I'm saying it will be not a good idea to do that.
All I want is some lamps.
That's fine. Lamps, charger, little things, toaster, a coffee maker, absolutely fine. 3 kilowatt electric heaters, no. A hot tub that runs for 7, 10, 12 hours, no.
No.
Let's design a new circuit for it and make it safe. I'm just saying for your safety. We need to give you the earth, like minimum, and give you the RCD protection minimum.
And is that something that you can do today?
I can find out the information what I need to plan for next time.
And then...
Okay, we've made a plan with the client. We know what we're going to do. We can get the breakers. They will be ordered in from CF. And now, this is holding very well. Now we just need to access. Well, the work is completed now. I just need to hoover it up, but who would have thought? Just only change location of the socket and change location of the cooker. But the socket is done, just waiting for a plastering to happen. And what we have here is the cooker, and the plastering will take place, as well as something with this socket I need to mention to the client, as well as that fly lead socket. And what else? Yeah, that's just a random old cable. Okay, much more work than I anticipated. Let's